So, from lovers to exes. What's up with Kanye and Kim?
Girl, it's a mess. And I don't even know. Because I feel like I've been lost. I've been trying to follow what's going on. I am lost. Like, extremely lost. I don't know about you.
I feel like Kim and Kanye have been in such a toxic relationship for a long time. Have you seen any red flags from the relationship while they were together?
Well, I don't know them personally.
I mean, obviously, if you do,
Just out
please
here, like,
introduce me.
having Kim K, like, phone number on my phone. Like, oh, yeah, let me just text her for a bit.
No, obviously, from what
But-
we saw,
Yeah.
online, yeah.
So, yeah, it is extremely toxic, honestly. But the thing is, I think Kanye tried, like, he did his best. And obviously, we know, like, not everything is stable with him, like, And obviously, like, you should go to therapy and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think he ever do anything to actually be mean or anything. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, Kim is, like, doing some, like, really effed up shit behind the scene. And then her mom is just covering it up. How come, like, the person always has a reaction? There's always something with Kanye. He's always talking something. Okay, yeah, he might be, like, jealous of, like, the new boyfriend. But at some point, I see some stories of, like, oh, yeah, you're trying to, like, run away with my kids, like, And I've seen that before with, like, this guy was, like, the ex that, like, I really don't like. He had, like, 2 kids, and I swear to God, like, one day, like, he went to pick them up. Why is the mom getting... That's his day, okay? The court said, this day, it's your day. At this time, you're supposed to come pick up the kids at this address at this time, right? Why is the mom getting those kids, putting them, like, in a car and driving off, and then he has to run after her? I'm like, a lot of things, like, I'm like, Kim, she's not innocent. Because I've seen that in real life. I'm like, those type of women, they're gonna hide. They're gonna be like, oh, I haven't done anything. But I'm like, at some point, if this person is always, like, the bad guy, you're doing something to poke him. You cannot be a saint, and this guy is always, like, just crazy person. Which,
Okay.
like, this is just, like, my thing. I'm like, they're toxic, obviously, both of them. But Kanye is more out there. So we're seeing what he's doing. And Kim, 100% she's behind the scenes. And her mom's able to cover up everything. That's, like, my thing with them. I don't know about you. What do you think?
Okay. I think my personal opinion on Kim and Kanye is that they are both highly egotistical beings. They both love attention. I remember one thing that happened with them from the show. So I said it in this podcast. I feel like if your woman starts dressing up in a weird way, you are allowed to tell her you don't like it, right? That's my personal opinion. However, I remember Kanye telling Kim that she needs to cover up more because they are now married, right? And I saw it as a red flag because Kim is that woman. We know her for her very sexy pictures on the internet, right? So before marrying her, he knew that she was about that lifestyle. We all know. We all know that Kim Kardashian loves doing that. She loves being sexy. She just loves that, right? My first issue with Kanye came from that. So I was like, okay, you know who Kim is. You got married to her. She was dressing up a certain way. Why would you ask her? Because it was a big argument from the show, from what I saw, right? So I was like, this relationship is not going to go far, Because you want her to change for you, right? When you knew exactly what you were signing up for, You can't go for a girl that is so sexy, that is known for being sexy, and then ask her to completely change her style because now she's with you. This is something you should have discussed before, okay? And then I also remember Kim saying something like, when she was considering divorcing Kanye, I think she was talking to her mom or something, and she said something like, oh, I want a husband who's going to be here for me, work out with me, watch the same TV shows as me. And her and Kanye don't even live in the same city, right? And
No, they
Kanye
don't.
is a rapper. He's on tour, he does things. And I'm like, did you not think about these things before getting married? what is it that you were expecting? Were you expecting him to all of a sudden stay in your city because now you are married? And I feel like they just represent what people are doing wrong in relationships, even friendships sometimes, which is expecting the person to change now that they are with you, you know. Don't you talk about these things before getting married? I don't know.
We're all delusional. People are all delusional. Women more delusional than men. Something I really believe.
Right.
Women were more delusional than men. It's like you can see somebody who's broken, you're like, I can fix him. Bruh, 50 women before you couldn't fix him. The only thing that you guys can really do is like go to therapy, talk to somebody. No, seriously. At this point, like, because, well, there's like one accusing Kanye of like being on drugs, and I don't want to like defend him. I'm not defending none of them, but it's like, why do you make those type of things? Like, yeah, he's on drugs. Yeah, he's trying to kidnap our like kids. Oh, I'm gonna have to put security. You're not just hurting him. You're hurting your kids at the end of the day. You're hurting your kids. So it's like, oh, you go to therapy and sort it out. Or it's like you're raising like kids to be effed up at the end. Like in a few years, like, why are you guys doing this? Because it's like, yeah, okay, I understand he still wants her and whatever. But Kanye is not like this like mean person who's ever really gonna attack anybody. Come on here. Homeboy like talks a lot, but who can really say that like Kanye ever raised a hand, ever did that? I'm like, he has a lot of talk in him. But he's not really like, cause like you can see in a lot of like interviews, like he really care about his kid. You can see like he really care about his kid. So I'm like, just trying to co-parent, cause most of those guys, a lot of fathers like they just wanna like have access to their kid. That's all they really want. And a lot of women, they're nasty. And I'm a woman and like I see it and I'm like, you guys are really nasty because you guys hide and let those men just like be treated like really badly on like the public eye. And you're doing a lot of sneaky stuff and being like, yeah, he's doing this, he's doing that. A lot of guys, they just want to have their kids in their life. That's all that really matters. So I'm like, if she can give him like this like access and just let him deal with his emotions of like wanting her back, I'm pretty sure they can somewhat co-parent.
I think they are actually teaching us so much about the challenges of co-parenting.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ever okay to talk badly about the mother of your children
Oh
or
my
the
God,
father
never.
of your children.
Yeah.
And they keep doing that constantly. And there's that statement that Kim put out, and she started it with, as the main provider and the main caregiver of our daughter. And I was like, this is so effed up. Like, why would you say that, you know? And I think it's something to be avoided at all costs. Because the person was a bad partner to you doesn't mean that they will be a bad father, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, actually.
Well, I don't think so. I don't think so.
know.
A lot of guys like on the internet that I watch, they always like a lot of them don't have access to their kids, and then they're talking. They're like, all I just really want is access to my kids, and then you see the baby mama trashing them online. But it's like, why are you trashing him? He does not want to be with you. He only wants his kid, and then now you're salty about it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Kim K, I understand her halfway. I'm like, yeah, he said he wants you back. You guys can deal with those emotions, but don't deny the access to your kids. Don't like talk bad about each other online, because that's staying online. That means like North in a few years, when like she's already great at like TikTok and whatever. When she's gonna start watching those interviews of you talking bad, both of you guys talking bad about each other, that's not good.
TikTok, that is another issue with co-parenting because both parents have different rules, right? And
Yeah.
Kanye was really firm. He said repeatedly that he didn't want his
Yeah.
daughter to be on TikTok. And then Kim allowed her to be on TikTok. How old is she?
It's like I think 8, something like that. 7?
Why is an 8-year-old on TikTok? You know? And it's another issue. You really need to know who you're having children with. Because if mom says, okay, it's fine, and dad says, no, I don't want this to happen, what do we do? And I just feel like Kim doesn't respect Kanye's.
And she does it like by petty, because like if you see like at some point, North, she started filming the house without authorization.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like she started like posting a bunch of things, and I'm like, this is like your privacy. Like imagine at some point like she filmed something that like I don't know, because like a lot of people were like joking around, but I think a lot of them also really wanted like a credit card. They're like, just give me the numbers, like, just send us like a picture of like, show us like a picture of like your mom's wallet, credit card, whatever. I'm like, that is really
Exactly.
dangerous. And that kid is not like old enough to understand what's going on. So I'm like, a lot of things that she do, I think like it's just out of pettiness.
Yeah. So you do need to be careful who you're having children with. Like, think about it properly. You need to think about it. If you are no longer with that person one day, do you trust them to be a good parent? You need to
See,
consider all these
that is
things.
why like mon professeur de notarial always told me, before getting married, you prepare your divorce.
That's dark.
No, but honestly, like that is
Damn.
no. She said all of her clients, tous les notaires que je connais, they all say that. After that class, like when like I started working like at a law firm, tous les notaires là-bas, they were all saying the same thing. You need to prepare your divorce, even if you're not planning on divorcing.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You
Nobody
are
is
prepared.
planning on divorcing, right?
You have to prepare it before you ever even get married, because how this person is reacting, like preparing like for a divorce, you kind of get a glimpse of if ever something were to go wrong in the future. You get like a glimpse of it. So you have to be aware, because like it's all like lovey-dovey, ha ha ha. But some people really get nasty. Like in the divorce, sometimes like I watch like those like divorce court. I'm like, damn, you guys like were really in love for
But
real.
you know what? That's the thing. The person you marry is the person you divorce. And that's the point that I was trying to make earlier. You need to know who you're getting married to. Because a lot of people just have that idea that, okay, now because we are married, they're going to change. Because, yeah, sometimes someone can treat you well because they love you, right? But what happened when the love is gone? You need to pay attention to how the people are in general, with their friends, with their family. What's their lifestyle, Who are they outside of me, right? So when things are not well with them, you know that they're not going to be nasty to you. Because a nasty person has always been. They were just nice to you because they loved you. Now you're just seeing the true side.
Yeah, but I'm still a big believer that I am preparing my divorce. Like, I am preparing my divorce before I get married. I'm gonna prepare, because, like, you know what? I don't want to be left where we're nasty to each other. Where, like, we have kids and we're going through, like, a ton of stuff that's just not it. And, yeah, that's just, like... Because you see it in, like, a lot of, like, celebrities. Like, you see how, like, they handle it? I'm like, that is so nasty. You guys are, like, the worst people, actually, if I have to say it.
That's just the true side.
I'm like, damn. Because, like, at the end of the day, like, I feel like a lot of people, like, forget that you were in love one time with that person and you loved something. So, if it's not working out, can you just be like, okay, we loved each other, we can move on, trying to co-parent, trying to do this, because you still love that person. You were in bed with that person. You were having kids. You did not have 1, 2, 3. You had like 4 or 5 kids with that person.
But you
So
see,
there was
that's
something going kind of well at that point for you to have like 4 kids with that person.
yeah. Now it is hard. If your behavior is shaped according to who the person represent to you, it's gonna be hard. Not whether I'm in love with you or not, I will never wish you bad, right? So that's just who I am. So if we get married together and we get a divorce, I mean, I will do my best for it to go as smoothly as possible. However, if I'm a nasty person, just in general, but you choose to close your eyes on that, and then you get married to me and I'm nice to you because I love you, and now I'm not in love with you anymore, and we decide to get a divorce, what do you expect? It's very hard to be like, oh, you need to know that you were in love with the person. You're not anymore. It's not a reality anymore. So what people need to do is take the time to assess who they are actually getting in a relationship with, who they are having children with, who they are getting married to. Are they nice to you? Are they good people to me because they love me? Or are they actually good people?
Know who you marrying, who you're like getting in bed with. Mostly getting in bed with. That's what I'm gonna have to focus on, because some of your people, like... Yo, did you see like the whole Future thing. So apparently he's doing a what's called an interview with Kevin Samuels.
I haven't heard about Future for so long.
I saw like a quick thing that my friend sent me like last night. So they're like doing this interview. It's not out yet. I don't think so because I couldn't find it. But he's asking Future. So apparently like he has like a problem or like he's like a sex addict or whatever he was like saying.
Okay.
And he asked him, so how much do you actually spend on women? So he says like 2, 3. And then Kevin Samuel was like, oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
2,000-3,000 per year? That's actually not bad. No, 2-3 million. For who? For where? You have seven baby mamas. Go take care of your kids.
Is he not taking care of his kids though?
Well, depending, like, I'm like just saying what I saw online. Because some of his baby mamas are really salty online. They're really salty. They be like making like those like, you know, those like posts that like last like for like 5 minutes of you just trying to like go like this for like 5-10 minutes. You're like, and they're like writing those big paragraphs. I'm like, some of them, thank God, Ciara, thank God for her. She got out.
How many children does he have?
I know it's 7 baby mamas, but some of them he went twice. He went back for a second.
Oh, Jesus.
So I don't know in total how many of them.
No, I cannot take that guy seriously. I'm sorry.
So he has like a lot of them. So I'm like, why are you spending 2-3 million on girls? Like just like giving them like gifts, right? Like lavish gifts. But you have a bunch of kids.
Mm-hmm.
That is weird. That I'm like, you just have a bunch of kids. Go take care of your kids. That's just not it. So yeah, so that I saw, I was just like not having it. I was like, ew. Some of y'all are just nasty. And then apparently Tristan Thompson.
you have all the news.
Girl, I swear to God, even when I was not even looking for the news on top of it. Tristan Thompson, apparently he's paying like $40,000 per kids every month.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. Every month, and on top of it, he's retiring. I'm like, damn, you screwed. Like,
how old is he? Why is he retiring already? Is he not too young?
Late 20s.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, so he's like paying like $40,000 every month for each kid. He has 3 of them. Watch like a 4th one pop out like end of this summer on top of it. But
yeah. Well.
Listen, people, we're not salty about love. I love love. I love like those like really like whiny movies. Like I watch them and I cry. I'm like, oh, even though I already know the end of the story. Like I already know it, but I'm still like, oh my God, that is so cute. Honestly, I just cry when I'm by myself, like watching them. If like I'm with somebody else, hell no, I'm not crying. Like
I always cry when I watch movies. It doesn't matter if it's a happy moment, a sad moment, a dog died. I'm a huge movie crier.
But not in front of people. I don't know why. In front of people, I'm like, no, I'm tough. Stop it. But I hope you guys like have like a good Valentine's Day. No matter even if like you're a couple or not.
If you're single, stay in bed. It's not your day, I beg.
Eat those chocolates and wait for the 15th. On the 15th, they're going to be half price. So you can go and buy them on the 15th. Okay, do not be salty. It's okay. This year was not your turn. Maybe next. Maybe next year you're gonna be, you know, like you're gonna find somebody like.
Be careful if you go on Tinder.
You know, yeah. So stay safe out there. Stay safe. Be careful. Like, you know, first date, being in like private jet. Like, don't be doing that shit.
Don't go to Bulgaria.
If ever somebody tells you, I have enemies, run. Run. No enemies. Run for those damn enemies.
Yeah, so
I think that's a wrap.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Bye. Je dis quoi cette fois?